Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Today we're going to talk about the Arturia DrumBrute analog drum machine, and it's the first piece of Arturia gear to make it onto the show as the main protagonist. Frequent viewers of this show might have noticed that I am using another Arturia product in almost every episode, the Beatstep Pro, which I love more than Gerard Depardieu loves jellied rabbit. Given the almost romantic relationship between the Beatstep Pro and me, it may come as a surprise that the other Arturia hardware instruments never really convinced me. Not that they are bad in any way, but the chunky and almost distorted sounding character of synths like the Micro or Matrix Brute are just not my cup of tea. At the first glance, the DrumBrute is one relentless box ticker. Many drum sounds controlled by a one-knob per function interface and the intuitive yet powerful signature sequencer with easily accessible swing, randomize and repeat functionality. The main output is graced by a resonant Steiner pocket filter and, one feature to rule them all, individual outputs for all sounds including the metronome. There is even a song mode I will probably never use. The overall build quality seems nice and the knobs are only a tiny bit wobbly. Since its release in 2016, you can buy a new DrumBrute for $300 to $400 and I couldn't find any used ones in the local classifieds. So why are there so many people who seriously detest Arturia's flagship drum machine like it called them une pompe à chiasse? You have already heard the DrumBrute in our little intro tune. I would have preferred a more in-your-face sound, but processing the discrete outputs really helped. I want to know how the drum machine fares without beefing up the individual sounds. Playing the DrumBrute is a lot of fun, but I'm not a huge fan of the overall sound. Although there are some proper drum voices among the many, the whole package isn't what I would buy a drum machine for. The DrumBrute gets a little too messy for my taste, and I miss the punch and clarity of classic Rolands or a Yomox. Let's see if we can work on those issues by using an external mixer and some outboard effects for processing the individual outputs. This is much more to my liking, but it took me about half an hour to get this setup going and it uses up a lot of precious recording studio desk real estate. While working on this episode, I asked myself, who is actually using this drum machine? I don't mean to come across cynical, but if you know any music that was actually released and features the DrumBrute in a prominent role, please leave a comment. All that I could find are YouTube reviews and tutorials and the videos released by Arturia. Get a room, you two. You know, one strangely handsome guy hanging in the studio, randomly tweaking the drum machine, then cut to an awesome place like a 19th century light-flooded industrial hall or some BDSM dungeon. Well, I'll stick to the dungeon then. A long zoom and cinematic soundscapes, the handsome guy flexes his step sequencer, and finally, the first groove hits in. A beat too fat and groovy to be ever used in real music production. Verdict. The Arturia DrumBrute seems to be the feature-packed, super convenient and awesome-looking big brother of the Akai Rhythm Wolf. There are some genres where I assume it would really shine, like super dirty minimal techno or Berlin's cool avant-garde music, but for most musical styles I'd rather go with the BeatStep Pro in combination with some other drum synth. As the Arturia fan that I am, I would say that the DrumBrute is a very thought-out instrument and it looks and feels great. So if you like the sound, it will be the drum machine that makes you happy. On the other hand, I just realized that this is the first episode I didn't make any real music. But maybe that's just me. Thanks for watching, see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show.